Serge, you're on.
Can you hear me?
Hi, yes. What items would you like to speak on?
All items, please.
Okay, 3 minutes.
I stand before you today as someone who was stolen by being child trafficked by Scientology from another country, whose innocence was shattered by a system that left kids who could not consent to be role-playing being slaves for Scientology adults who pay for that and get tax write-ups for helping themselves to kids being forced to be slaves. Who of you here in this board wants to defend forcing a child to be role-playing being a child slave is legal? The 13th Amendment of the Constitution you all swore to uphold makes clear that slavery was abolished. Imagine you at the LAPD uphold the right for kids to be used as slaves. Y'all made child slavery legal again. Adults can consent to be slaves if they are getting off on that. No one can help them. It's called consent. No kid can consent to that, period. Who of you wants to pitch to us the kids that were brought from another country to be used as slaves? We're having a religious experience for ourselves. It's called we cannot consent to be used on that role. What is truly worse is that the very people tasked with upholding the law with protecting vulnerable kids who cannot defend themselves when exposed to these extreme role plays, so-called Scientology audits, where they are indefensibly subjugated and dehumanized, which no kid could ever consent to, while all you cash Scientology checks to protect those adults, claiming that you're truly pressed about them having a so-called freedom of religion. Felonies and religion are not words that can be interchangeable, are they? Why were our passports as children locked up by Scientology adults? Was that part of practicing a religion, or is that textbook child trafficking a felony? Which one is it? Today, the LAPD stands rightfully accused of willfully turning a blind eye to the systemic child trafficking of kids, which is a felony, not a religious experience for any child. Those felonies that are happening as we speak right now include but are not limited to blaming the kids for getting raped, a word we were not even allowed to use inside the Scientology hotels. Instead, as kids, we were groomed to call it out-to-D, a euphemism to sanitize the criminal acts that Scientology video records and transcribes, all tantamount to obstruction of justice. Yet the LAPD seems fine on obstructing criminal investigations, outsourcing those to foreign kids such as myself who were groomed to do that starting at age 12, groomed to do that with teddy bears and dolls. That is how they normalized it, FYI. You are all paid by the public, sworn to observe and protect. But where were you when we were, as kids, being abused with full impunity? Where were the LAPD officers who should have been there to stop it? Instead, you choose to protect the corrupt, powerful, consenting adult Scientology abusers that are sycophants and paid proteges of convicted felon L. Ron Hubbard, who, breaking news, is not an American-bred god. He's a convicted felon. You are all part of a system that has enabled them. The reality is this: your paychecks today come from the same people you neglected to protect. You took an oath to serve and protect the people, but instead you serve the interests of those who have silenced us for years so they can keep their unfeathered access racketeering scheme, which is all fully illegal. And as of today, fully state-sponsored by the state of California. Even our 7th grade education, which is all we got given the fact that we were trafficked, can categorically denounce this exact illegal abomination.